Good morning.
Good morning.
This is 26th of May, and this is Meditation Reflections.
A good meditation this morning with some very interesting information, some of which I'm going to have to figure out before I can try to explain it, and others a kind of nice notation about where things are now.
Yeah, and I was very connected to water this morning. So that's just a brief run over of the topics we're going to talk about.
You want to go first?
Yeah, during my meditation, I was very drawn to the Great Lakes, two in particular, Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. Now, I've swam in three of the Great Lakes. I've swam in Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. And I've canoed on Lake Superior. So, anyway, the only lake I'm not really familiar with is Lake Huron. But anyway, I was born only a little over an hour's drive from Lake Michigan, and still obviously very connected to the Great Lakes and to water in general. In fact, I wrote a book about water. It's called the Water Chronicles, and you can find it through my website or through Amazon.
Or through Kindle.
Or through Kindle, yeah. It's for free. You can get a sample of it through Kindle, and get the first few stories. There's 114 stories on water, and it's about my water experiences. So anyway, I thought I'd plug my book this morning because my connection to the Great Lakes in my meditation.
What I find interesting about the book, which I really enjoyed, is it gives you insights from each of the little stories, different ways of thinking, which is fun. And I should get you to pick out some stories to share occasionally on these morning events. They're short and they're fun.
Some of them are only like a page or even less sometimes. So yeah, and that was fun. Very fun writing it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any story that comes immediately to mind?
No. Well, actually, I did have one. It's probably the shortest story in the book, and Donna she illustrated the book for me, and it was a drawing of a little small gray holding a glass of water, and the whole story was there is water on Mars, and the little alien's holding the glass of water there.
To show it to you.
And the second sentence is, there's only two sentences in that story, but you already knew that. So,
yep, you'd enjoy the book. It's got some lovely little passages. Now I'm going to get you to tell one more story. I got to do one drawing of the foot of a sleeping bag. Somebody woken up, and around the foot of the sleeping bag on this otherwise uneven ground is a whole crowd of chipmunks.
Yeah, there must have been 50 of them. And I woke up in the morning, and who knows why, but they surrounded me. They were all about 4 to 5 feet away in a ring around me. And I swear there was 50 or 60 of them, and they're all chirping away. So I poke my head out of the bag, and I'm looking around me, and I very slowly get up on one elbow, and I start feeding the little ones. The babies would eat out of my hand, but the grown-ups wouldn't. So that was a fascinating, and that was how that's connected to water is the fact that I was camping right next to Kidd Lake.
In the Sierras.
In the Sierras, that's in California. Yeah.
Well, we'll bring you some more stories as they surface in relationship to the messages.
Yeah.
My message was fairly straightforward and simple, so I'll just go ahead and do it. We're going through a lot of change at the moment, so it feels like a great deal of disruption in people's lives. My guides and guidance were pointing out that change is a choice for you to welcome it or support change or go, no, I don't want the change. but that again requires discernment and looking for the opportunity to make positive change is incredibly important. And that was her point about talking about change is inevitable, but the choices you make about change are yours and unique.
I have a T-shirt that says, well, it says status quo with a bar through it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, status quo doesn't stay anyway, so
it's
pick
pretty,
something better.
Yeah, the direction we were heading was not good for the planet, but more and more people are becoming aware on many different levels, especially environmentally. I mean, that's pretty obvious that we need to change how we're treating the planet.
When you see an opportunity to encourage positive change, that's your moment to seize the positive energy and travel with it.
But we're also changing on a political level, a financial level.
Emotionally, personally.
Yep, and just educationally,
Mm-hmm.
even looking at our science, our history, everything is changing and opening up. We're finding more truth because the truth has been hidden from us.
And the other thing is discernment is by the heart, but observed by the mind.
The biggest truth that's been hidden from us is the power we all have within ourselves to make changes in our own life and in the world.
And make them positive as possible. Anyway, didn't have anything much more than that today. So
thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
Blessings.
Blessings upon you.